Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal our description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool, it is not the final rule, and so it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. I've been picking up lately collective and several reads about signs and synchronicities and being able to interpret as well as decipher what energy is yours and what energy is not yours on a daily as you move about. You do not have to be a tarot reader. You do not have to have a specific belief system to have these innate abilities that are already established within you. But there's a need, with there's so much concern at this time at a very extremely high increasing rate about the changes that we are observing and witnessing around us. And Spirit is saying there's a need for you to learn, ground, ground yourself and begin to learn on what energy is yours and what energy isn't. We're starting off with the archangel, the angel of divination, Estibus, okay? And the angel of divination, Estibus, does not mean you have to be someone who reads tarot or someone who reads tea leaves or wax or water bones or cowrie shells. This energy here is, the angel of prophecy, okay? And so when this card came out, Spirit, I said perfect, right on time. And Spirit is saying that there are so many people that is concerned with the changes that are taking place, not just currently within this year or the last 3 years, but in life period. We live and we exist in a world that is constantly changing. Things are changing inside and outside of us. And Spirit is saying this is a wonderful time to work on knowing thyself. Everyone will not awaken at the same time. You do have free will to live your life as you please. But if you are someone who find yourself being anxious or nervous or very just in a sense of anxiety over the things that are out of your control, there's a need for you to begin to ground yourself, possibly get into some kind of meditation routine for yourself. Doesn't matter what your belief system is, all are welcome on this channel. But with all the concerns here, I speak a lot in a lot of the reads about signs and synchronicities. And the angel of prophecy, is, someone who conveys messages through signs and synchronicities, especially out in nature. You may have questions or information that you've been seeking, you've been desiring, wondering about your life, people around you, a loved one. This could be anything. Should you make a business move? Is this a right investment? Should you leave that relationship? Whatever, is going on in your life currently. So the angel of prophecy, Estibus here, is someone who could be invoked to assist you in determining and gaining the wisdom and the knowledge that will be applied over time, which will turn to wisdom, so that you're able to decipher between the signs and synchronicities that are around you and given to us all on a daily, okay? It does not matter what your belief system is. There are signs and synchronicities. Nature is speaking to us on a daily, okay, with the different situations that are happening around the world. Especially when it comes to chaos energy, when it comes to sacred geometry, there's messages within the sacred geometry. You can research these things for yourself. And that's what this angel of prophecy is saying. It's time to become a student of thyself. It's time for you to step into your power of learning who you are and why you are here. It's not just about going to a cathedral and picking a particular day of the week to acknowledge that you have some kind of connection. Spirit is clearly saying that you have always been connected. We are human beings, but also spiritual beings. And you can even meditate simply by having a cup of tea, simply by taking a moment to pause for the cause in your life. And you can meditate by sipping some tea and just sitting silently by yourself, or going out into nature. Maybe you are someone who possibly has witnessed a shooting star, or you want to know more about constellations, or you want to know more about divination. If you do, it's okay to do research on these things. If there's any area or level of spirituality or religion, because religion and spirituality is two different things. Spirit is saying, feel free to do your research in your own private time. Okay. What I'm speaking of, this message is saying this is a solo project. You don't need permission to do research or to find what works for you. This message is talking about you stepping into your power, you learning who you are, you being propelled towards your purpose, not being placed in it directly, immediately, but being directed, doing things that will lead you to your purpose, doing things that will guide you to your purpose, shifting your perspective when it comes to people, places, and things that are inside of you as well as outside of you. Because whatever you are witnessing on the outside that you feel is giving you some form of being anxious or anxiety, this is something that is taking place on the inside as well. As within, so without, and we know the rest. Okay? So Spirit is saying this is the time. This reading is for some people in particular. The very thing you have been denying, the very thing you have been running from, may just be the thing you need to acknowledge. Once again, we have free will, and it is your life, but there's a repercussion for that as well. Okay, so get out into nature. Uh, you know, uh, Even if it's standing, it doesn't matter what your living situation is. I'm being told to bring this up because everyone have different living situations. Maybe you're renting a room from someone. Maybe you live with people. You could be in a house, an apartment. Whether it's standing on your porch, in your front yard, your backyard, on your balcony, or going for a walk. Okay, every bit counts. Every step that you take towards knowing yourself and pouring into thyself will count at this time. Instead of being anxious and stressed and overwhelmed, Spirit is saying this is a wonderful time for you to just become a master of yourself. Pick an area and work on that. And there's no rush. There's nothing to be anxious about. There's nothing to rush about. It's okay. There are no mistakes. Part of learning is, you may do something that's not similar to the way someone else done it, but I don't even like the word mistake, but there are no mistakes. Okay. It's a lot of words I don't like using, but I have to find some alternatives. But either way, Spirit is saying, rather than being flustered and angry and aggressive about the changes that are happening, find a way to go within the flow of life and within the flow of changes by finding your footing, your footing, your fitting. Spirit is saying, finding what works for you, finding something that you can harness, critique, learn about, maybe study, and expand your perception and your horizons on how you see the change around you. And it will help you adjust to the different changes as they are taking place, because we know there are a lot of things that are out of all of our control. And there is something that is in our control, and that is loving thyself. Okay. And as usual, be mindful of being lured or engaging in conversations about complaints. We are already aware of what's going on. There's no need to spend every waking moment of your life complaining. But there is a need to be present and be grateful for the life you're giving. Be grateful for the air that's in your body, that you are alive, that you can walk, talk, speak, hear, that you have food, you have water. There's so many things to be grateful and thankful for. And so instead of focusing on the negative, Spirit is saying this is the perfect time to stay focused, to learn to stay focused on people, places, and things that are uplifting you, that are positive, things that make you feel good, things that make you happy. As long as you're not, hurting anyone in the process, your intentions are pure, then that's where your energy should be. Okay. So much complaining. So much complaining. People are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to say what they want to say, but sometimes you have to leave them there, collective. You have to leave people with their conversations by themselves, because the moment that you choose to exchange, that's an energy transfer and it's an energy swap, and it can affect your vibration. It really can. We live in a world where people want you to be feeling what they're feeling. They want you to be going through what they're going through. If they're not happy and they see that you're happy, there's like folks feel impelled to try to attach themselves to your happiness or what you have going on. Confirmation with the loud bike as I'm delivering this positive message here. But you don't let those things stop you. Um, I went and ran an errand. I went into a store and I was buying some things, and the lady picked up the stuff off the belt. I have a sense of humor. It's just funny to me. And it was a cashier. So she's scanning the items and she says, "This is so and so. It's going up to so and so, so and so. You still want it?" And what was so funny was, number one, I am the customer, you are the cashier. They are items that I am going to purchase. I'm purchasing them. So why are you so emotionally affected? So I had to hold my laugh until I left the store, but I found it to be hilarious. I did not get upset. I created a poker face and said, "Sure, I'll take it. Yes." And she kept scanning things. Everything is going to go up in this store. Everything's going to go up. She just kept saying it. She kept repeating herself. And so in that moment, I'm sharing this with you, was a good example of how people will try to engage you into their energy. They'll try to pull you into their simulation. We are all smaller miniature worlds living within a bigger world. And we all have our own worlds going on, our own processing going on. We're in our own bubbles, individually speaking. And so that's why we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created, because we have different experiences while we're here. How you see something, another person isn't, and that's okay. But at the same time, what I'm sharing with you is a good example how even a total stranger, I am the customer, she is the cashier, I'm just purchasing items, but this person was evidently in a bad mood. She's angry about something. What it is really none of my business. But we're total strangers. I just want to purchase my items. But she was very emotional. And she was like, "Yeah, this is going up. You want this? It's $7." And I said, "Sure." And I smiled and held my laugh in because I'm real goofy. I just find this ish funny because this is all these illusions. All these illusions are very comical to me. So as she's scanning the rest of my items, she just kept saying, "All the prices are going to go up. They're going to go up and up and up and up and up and up." She just kept going. I like a broken record. And I said, "Wow, look at this energy trying to pull me in." If you were there with me, collective, it's a good example, what I'm explaining, of how people will try to pull you into their world and do an energy transfer with you so quick. And if you're not paying attention, you'll be then engaged. So I said nothing. I stayed silent. And then she says, "Do you want a receipt?" And it was the way she said it. I guess I was supposed to get mad and create a conversation because she was trying to swap some energy because she was not in a good space for whatever reason, whether it was the prices, whether maybe somebody didn't come in today. She was trying hard. I won. I didn't let her get me because I recognized what that was. Why would you ask a customer, do they want a receipt? Just give it to them. So I smiled and I said, "Yes, ma'am, I like a receipt. I'm kind to you on purpose. I'll tell you thank you on purpose because I know it irritates you. Straight up. Play to win. You have to play to win, collective." So this reading is just conveying all the stressing in these negative conversations are doing nothing but magnetizing more things towards you for you to worry about. It's just magnetizing more people to come with complaining conversations or everywhere you go, whether you know them or not. So be mindful. And it's not about your belief system. Energy is what it is. It simply transfers from one person, place, and thing or another. It's never destroyed. So yeah, but I won collective. I did. And that was funny and I enjoyed it. It's just a test. The collective needs to know about the prophecy, about the future. Thank you, Spirit. So, yeah, you have to know who you are. You have to work on yourself. You have to really, uh, you have to invest in you. You have to spend your time and energy more on yourself. Doesn't matter what your life situation is. Make sure you're cleansing. Make sure you're grounding and not engaging and wasting your energy. Okay. Because there are many people here, with the Ace of Pentacles here who, they want to know, they have questions. There are some things that you're possibly trying to work on, you're trying to create, you're trying to build. Maybe you are in the middle of opening a business or thinking about establishing some kind of service where you can patronize customers or create some stream of income. And you're wondering, you have questions. And Spirit is saying the best thing for you to do is to move forward with your plans, but work on your confidence and your faith. And in order to work on your confidence and having your faith and not allow anyone to waver you from it, is for you to work on knowing thyself, knowing what energy is yours and is not yours. Getting out into nature year round, doesn't matter what the temperature is, buckle up. If it's cold, layer up. Make sure you step outside and get some fresh air, just to listen to the wind blow or watch the trees move, everything around us is alive and speaking and communicating, whether you're able to receive or understand what is taking place around you. But communication is taking place, through people, places, and things around us each and every day. Okay, so we're all on different levels, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay. Everybody will not awaken in this lifetime. And guess what? That's okay. That's perfectly fine. This isn't a race. No one is, we're programmed to compete and to be competitive. And it's tough. It's hard to allow the unlearning to begin in your life, And when I say unlearning, that means surrendering what you thought you knew, because you will find, when you're on the path that is less chosen, and many, crash out and, oh, I don't want to do it no more. And, and sob and blow snot and tears from their face, um, you know, it's not for the faint, it's not for the weak, but you will find that the more that you take time to get to know yourself, you will find that a lot of things you thought you knew, you do not know. I'll say it like that. You thought you knew some things. And see, that portion right there could be very devastating for people. But and to the fact that some people, they rather just continue to move forward with the lies. They rather stand in their untruth. They rather not know the truth. They rather not step into their power or stand in authority. There are some people, they're like, hey, who will tell you, look, I'm just staying in my comfort zone. It's too much work over there. What do you mean shadow work? No, I rather rest in the shadows. What do you mean? There are people who enjoy, having those moments of tower energy in their life. Sounds odd, but it's true. There are people who are comfortable. And guess what? They have free will. They have free will. So this is just a message. This is nothing to project negative energy, but this is just a message for at this time to move forward with your plans, and don't you be hyperly focused on tower moments. Expect a positive outcome. You cannot control what's going on in social media. You cannot control what's on the television, okay? But what you can do is expect a positive outcome. Keep your vibration high. Continue to learn yourself, know yourself, make some changes in your own personal life, and watch the world around you will begin to reflect the same energy that you're pouring into yourself. It will happen, but the goal is for you to be consistent with the work. You can't say, oh, I'm going to do this work for 30 days and let it go. No, you have to keep going and keep it moving and keep it growing. Okay, you have to keep going with it. Okay, it's a consistent process. So yeah, you don't have to fluster or worry, because I'm picking that up. There's something that somebody wants to do, and they're wondering, will it affect them? Because they're watching what they're hearing in the media. They're watching what they're hearing on the news. And that's okay. You can watch as much TV and media you want. I'm just delivering a message. You have free will. Okay, do you? But there is a repercussion for that. And as long as you can deal with it, because it's your life, do you. Do whatever you desire. But for those who want to know, should they go forward? Spirit is saying, yes, go forward. Yes. You found the location of a building you want to purchase, or a space you want to lease to get your business started. Maybe you've ordered products and you're ready to set up, you're ready to advertise, make those business cards, you're ready to promote. You're like, should I? Don't worry about the naysayers. And if there is someone around you telling you, oh, I don't think that's a good time right now because there's stuff going on. They want to talk politics to you, and that's pay that no attention. Spirit is saying you have to uh, know thyself to the point where you're not searching for people who are outside of you to confirm or define who you are or what's your next step to take. Okay. This could be someone, that maybe you've grown up with. This could be a friend, someone you consider to be a best friend. Maybe you've grown up with them, maybe went to school with them. Maybe this is a family member. But someone could be in your ear, I'm picking up, telling you that this is not the time. It's not the time for you to go back to school. It's not the time for you to start a business. Oh, this is not the time. Oh, I wouldn't get on social media. It's a lot of bad stuff happening over there. Oh, I wouldn't open that hair salon. Who gonna come get their hair done? Stop listening to these people, okay? And stop asking for their advice because they don't have it. Collective, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations are for you. No one wants it more than you, and you cannot expect anyone outside of you to want you to be more happy, successful, wealthy, healthy, beautiful, handsome, loved, empowered, safe, respected. I could go on and on. Nobody wants it more than you. There are some people who can inspire you and give you some uplifting information, but no one is going to want it more than you. It's like you're seeking some kind of validation, or you want somebody to stand up and root like, yeah, go for it. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, especially if these are people who have things that they could have, they may not have ever shared with you, that they wish they would have, followed their dreams. Maybe they've given up some things. And that doesn't mean that they're a terrible person or they're not able to take care of themselves. But, if you're talking to someone who's speaking doubt and they think in doubt, they walk in fear, and, they think in fear, they believe in lack. I mean, that person cannot be informative to you. That person cannot be beneficial. They cannot be an asset. They would only be a liability to you. So whatever this is you are desiring, Spirit wants you to go ahead and go get your blessing with the Nine of Pentacles here. Okay. Comfort, security, and abundance is your goal. And there's nothing wrong with desiring more. There could also be someone telling you that you're greedy or you're not supposed to want to have too many material things. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That person does not know what they're talking about. Okay? These are naysayers. These are your haters. So it looks like, collective, while you are in the process of creating some form of progress in your life, you have this energy of anxiety, and the archangel, the angel Estabus is here, the divination angel is here, and saying that they want you to tap into your innate abilities so that you'll be able to determine as well who is for you and who isn't for you. It looks like through signs and synchronicities that Spirit is here revealing to you, blowing the trumpet. If judgment may be in this pile, I wouldn't be shocked if it come out. Spirit is blowing the trumpet and showing you who and where not to waste your time. Spirit is alarming you. You're being alerted of who your haters are. These could be family members. This could be your woman, your man, your lover, your best friend. But either way, it's being revealed to you. And so that's why you're getting these conversations of people telling you what you shouldn't do. And it's not a good time. And if I was you, I wouldn't do this. And if I was you, I wouldn't do that. You are being forewarned, collective. You're being shown. So in the words of the great Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them, appreciate it, and respect it, because it minimizes, collective, the whole idea of you wasting your currency, aka your time. You can't do nothing but respect that. That's love. So when people show you who they are, you have to really appreciate it. There's no need for you to be in conflict with yourself over how somebody feels about you, what they're thinking about you, how they feel about themselves. We're not put here to make sure other people are comfortable. We're not put here to walk on eggshells in order to be accepted from people around us. Life will be very stressful if you live your life tiptoeing around every person, place, or thing. It's okay to be cordial, it's okay to be respectful, but the moment a person is showing you that they have disdain or they are not for you, they're not rooting for you, immediately it should just click in like, liability, beep, 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 liability, beep, 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 liability. This is someone whom you must remove yourself from. Doesn't mean that they're a terrible person. It just means that they don't need to be in your energy. They don't need to be in your life. This is someone who could possibly sabotage, in any kind of way. And it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the liability. Okay. When you're working on any form of progress, and progress could be anything, not just starting a business or going to college, it could be getting married, expanding your family. Okay. It can be a lot of things, changing your mindset. Maybe you're more positive now. Maybe you change certain things. Maybe you don't drink or smoke anymore. You've gotten control of letting the vices control you. And maybe there are people around you. This is for someone needs to hear that's telling you, you can have a little drink. Or why you stop drinking? That's hilarious to me. Let me tell you something. If a person asks you why you stop drinking and smoking, and you stop drinking and smoking, yo, that's bing, 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 liability. Bing, 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 not an asset. Bing, 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 get the fuck out of here. Why would you ask somebody why they stop drinking? Yo, that's like asking somebody why you so happy. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't want to get it. I don't ever want to understand it or understand it. Why would, if a person chooses not to drink or smoke, that is okay. Just like if a person chooses to have a drink and smoke, that is okay, because that's their life and that's their anatomy. Okay? But to ask somebody, this is for somebody in Pacific, this must be somebody's watching, or you must know someone, or someone's going to see this video that has stopped drinking or smoking. There's something you stopped doing. And the people around you, rather than applaud you for it, not saying you need it, or be inspired to maybe work on cutting back or stopping themselves, they're mad about it. Somebody is mad about somebody's sobriety. Wait a minute. Don't let me find out that it's whatever vice you were on, you are celebrating your sobriety. Congratulations. But there's someone around you who tries to offer you. This could even be cigarettes. Maybe you no longer smoke cigarettes. And it's irritating the people around you because they all smoke. And they looking at you like, you don't want a square? Who the collective think they is? They all uppity. You don't want a drink? You can have a little drink. Come on, you can have a little bit. Come on, come on. It ain't gonna hurt you. Or maybe you stop smoking, period. Maybe you stop smoking the broccoli. You don't want to hit this? You don't want, oh gee, you got some haters around you. So this is what this message is. Collective, move on with your life. You're doing wonderful, and you're doing wonderful. But it's the people you have around you. Now, it may not be all of them. Everyone's story is different. It may be one or two people, or maybe one person, or it may be the whole clique, or it may be your family, maybe one person in the family, maybe all of the family. But whoever it is, only you know your story. Get these people away from around you. Stop talking to these people. Don't confide in them. Don't tell your business, your next move, or what you got going on. Talk about the weather. Talk about something else. Talk about a recipe. Talk about sports. Okay, talk about anything. A hairstyle. I don't know. The latest gym shoe coming out. I don't know who music you like. Talk about any and everything but your business. Or just sever ties with these people. These people are showing that they're non-supportive of your progress. They don't like it. I can't believe I picked up that somebody's mad about your sobriety. So maybe collective, Maybe when you were indulging in whatever vice that you were addicted to, maybe these you were nicer. Maybe they considered you to be naive, more gullible. Maybe there was someone who figured, when the collective had that drink, I can get some money out of them, or I can borrow their car. Or maybe there's somebody who felt that they could control you or have their way with you, male or female. This is bananas. How could you be mad at somebody's sobriety? There is someone who is steaming, and this person possibly could mean mug you from time to time, and you brush it off like, oh, that ain't nothing. That's just them being them. No, Spirit is confirming in this read, confirmation, no coincidence, that is the person that is angry that you are progressing with your sobriety. They're angry about it. They rather you smoke your kneecap. They rather you just tear yourself down. And I'm laughing because that is bananas. Who thinks like that? That's diabolical. Yo. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. To be angry at anyone's progress. So that's all this is. The angel of divination is saying for you to work on deciphering the energy of the people around you. Wow. Master yourself as within, so without, as above, so below, and you'll be able to determine whether it's a ninja from the past, whether it's a ninja trying to bring a tower moment, which is unexpected upheaval, or a ninja that don't want you get to them pinnacles, or a ninja that just want to do something shady, and you got to get him the fish eye. Whew. My. My. Whew. My. There's a concern about your pentacles. You got the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, then we got the 10 out here. There are people are concerned about you being fulfilled, you being happy, you being content. There is a major concern. Folks don't want you happy. Folks don't want you grateful, thankful, none of those things. That's what this is here. My. So Spirit is saying for you to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities and the things that are being said, because simply to you, these are people who are showing you who they are, and they want you to believe them. Believe who these people are in your life, these naysayers, these haters. You don't want to spend your life in a position of always having to be on guard. Who wants to live a life where they're always on guard? You want to sleep with both eyes closed. You want to sleep with both eyes closed. You don't want to sleep with one eye open. Oh, Spirit is saying, don't eat somebody's food. Wait a minute now. Come on now. Where we going in this read? Where we going? Slow it down. Where is we going? Woo! Somebody don't eat somebody's food. Maybe there's somebody's house you go to and you love their cooking. You got to cut some people off. You got to. They see that you have new opportunity and you're very determined, because I'm picking up also this conversation about your progress, and you're very enthusiastic, and you're supposed to be. You need to only reside and intertwine your life, entangle with people who are passionate like you. And these people are not on your vibration. These are people who are likely to make, backhanded jokes, a lot of sarcasm. Oh, I'm just playing, but trying to insult you, trying to make you feel some way. People run around unhealed. There's a lot of people who are unhealed. There are a lot of successful people, wealthy people who are unhealed. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't think because a mofo got the pinnacle that is on and popping non-stop, and everybody is dealing with some ish. But there are a lot of unhealed people, collective. And even those who you may say to yourself, well, that's my mom, that's my friend, look, those people are dealing with some things where they're unable to give you the right advice or, fulfill their description. They're unable to fulfill their description in your life. Okay? Mm. Don't continue to allow yourself to be around these people who are showing you who they are. That's what the angel of divination is saying. You're being shown signs and synchronicities every time you are in a crowd of people, and this person or this group of people, you know who you are and you know who they are, and they become disrespectful. They try to antagonize you. Maybe you walk in a room, it gets quiet. Maybe you feel that they're very judgmental of who you date. That's for somebody. Maybe there's someone always commenting or complaining about who you date, what you wear. Oh, this looks like that, and that is whack. And this, these are wrong people. They're not on your frequency, baby. Male or female, they're not on your frequency. Look, they don't know nothing about this. They don't know nothing about this. I told you at the beginning, there are people who are comfortable in this energy. And the reason that they are comfortable, they know that in order to get to this here, to any kind of pinnacle, it requires work, it requires change. And that is something that people run from. People run from the word change. People run from work. Folks don't even want to think about it. You could give them the directions, the solutions, and they still will turn their back on it. There are people who are comfortable in the chaotic energy. They're comfortable in the chaos. And that's their business. But don't break your own heart. The longer you choose to stay, the bigger the price that you will pay. Don't break your own heart. These people are not worth your currency. They're not. They're not. Do you? Do you, collective? Do you? They know that you are determined. They know that you are someone who will be in the position of waiting on your ships to come in because you are doing the work. The 10 of Pentacles is out here. This 10 does not get out here unless you are doing the work. You are applying yourself, necessarily so, and as you should. Okay? So clearly, you are being shown who, where, and what not to waste your time with. And the more that you constantly show up to these people's parties, their houses, answer their phone calls, their emails, their text message, opening your door to them, letting them in your home and in your life, the more these situations begin to get increasingly intense. The disrespect gets increasingly intense. I'm picking up on someone whose family likes to humiliate them as well. Okay? So simply when you experience someone disrespecting you or being inconsiderate of you as a person, as a human being, just ask yourself, is this person showing traits of an asset or a liability? Later.